Egregore. My name's Joe.
Ed, my name is Ed Rigor.
And we are playing Resolution today. We'd like to thank the developers for providing us with a copy of the title, and we are GameSoup.
And
we didn't mention that yet.
Right. And don't forget, this is Resolution with 2 eyes.
It has 2 eyes in it, yes. If you search for a Resolution with 2 eyes, guess what comes up? I'm guessing this.
I can't imagine what else. So, we know very little about it. We're just going to jump right in. Fading Playground. Okay?
We do know one thing.
Ha!
You got the goal.
I did.
That's all you needed to do is get the goal.
Wait. Is there more?
Maybe you have to do more than get the goal. Kick it off the edge.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Just be a real jerk.
So it just kind of throws you in here. This is not a soccer simulator, right? This is not like FIFA.
Well, it seems to just bounce off the cliff there.
Come here, little girl. I'm coming to kick you.
Yeah, maybe you can kick the people.
Yeah, get kicked on, get kicked on.
Kick that guy. He seems like an easy target. Oh, yeah, you can.
What if you have to kill them?
This is really cheating.
Also, Joe pointed out, why do we have red eyes?
Yeah, our guy has red eyes. That gives it a zombie-like feel to it, because everyone knows that zombies
Why is the camera...
have red eyes.
Why are there clouds convenient? Are these trees or...
I think they're trees.
They're trees.
They're trees because they're connected to a trunk there.
It'd be really nice to see where I am, though. Do you know where I am? Because I sure as hell don't.
You're behind the tree.
Well, okay. Trees are big, though, Joe. Where are the girls? Where are the kids? They're gone.
Oh, no, there they are.
Oh, my God.
They're still playing soccer.
They're still just playing soccer.
Well, we did get a goal. So on the test recording, all we did was this.
Come on, dumb
this part,
kids.
we were trying to figure out what to do here.
Go faster. Oh, you just gotta kick the kids out of the way, because kids are easy targets.
Okay, we can try to get a goal again, but we did get a goal once. It was right in the beginning, so maybe you have to kick it around for a while and then get another goal.
Are these developers from Italy? Because they seem to think that we're much better at soccer than we are. Watch this, watch this.
There you go.
Suck on that. 3, 4... Oh no, it only counted 1.
Yeah.
Alright, I don't want to play...
Might have to leave the goal zone and then come back.
Yeah. Is there more to this game?
I wanted to play Resolution, not Mega Man Soccer. You ever played? We played Mega Man Soccer.
At your house.
Yeah, we used to play it.
Yeah.
I had Mega Man Soccer.
I know.
There was one
like
guy.
A rare game now?
There was one guy that was. I think it was Gemini Man in that game. You could just make a whole team of Gemini Mans, Gemini Mans, and it was unstoppable.
Yeah.
If anybody has any strats for Mega Man Soccer, leave those in the comments.
Was it actually a good game though?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
No, it was not. Not a good Mega Man game. Not a good soccer game.
I mean, I don't know if I've ever played a soccer game, let alone a good one, so I wouldn't know one even if I saw it, you know what I mean?
That's true. I'm not the best judge of soccer games. I'm a pretty good judge of Mega Man games, and as far as Mega Man games go, I would put that at, it's probably maybe the 58th best Mega Man game.
58th? Wait, there are...
And that's actually, that might be too generous. You know what I played the other day?
What?
Tiger Electronics Mega Man 3.
I'm leaving. Oh, you can just fucking leave.
Oh, you can just leave. You don't even have to play Mega Man. You don't even
damn
Mega Man. You don't even have to play Mega Man Soccer with them.
Tiger Electronics Mega Man 3, is that the one where you run out of P?
You do run out of your normal shot in that
P.
one.
You run out of P, or Buster, or whatever.
Yeah, you run out of Buster shot in that one. It's not good. The attack button was broken. I've had it since my childhood. I finally brought myself to throw it away.
Oh.
It's in a landfill.
Did you see if it was worth anything?
I did.
Okay.
It has a broken button, so it's probably worth nothing.
Okay, alright. Hey, can you hear me? Oh, good. How do you feel? Can you move? So we used to be a child, now we are a robot. Oh my, zombie. Look at that zombie. Look at that floating health bar. Look at that health bar!
Yeah, it's like following you around.
That's so...
Oh! It's kind of a UI element there.
How dare you?
It's kind of interesting.
How dare you do something like this, that UI? That's an interesting health bar. It has the exact same behavior as our Halos.
Now, I wonder if that's going to get annoying, though, having that thing that's flittering around you, because usually things that flitter around the character are things that you want to dodge.
Hello? You think?
A lot of the time, yeah, if there's movement near your character, usually you want to hit that dodge button.
Oh, well, we have those Halos in our game.
So we will see.
Did I mention that yet? Are they going to be annoying for us?
I don't think so. I'm thinking we should probably move them higher above the character and have them not be quite as animated.
I was actually thinking we should remove them entirely, visually. I think it's going to become a visual problem later on.
Possibly. We haven't decided exactly what we're going to do yet.
Wait, these robots bleed.
They do.
These robots bleed blood.
You didn't know that that's what happens to a robot?
Watch this.
These are going to bleed.
Oh, no.
They're full of blood.
I thought
Those are just tanks full of blood, Ed. What are you doing?
Wait, what the hell? I thought they were going to explode. I thought they were gas tanks.
One time I was at a store, and there were two brothers in the store.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what it was. It might have been a J.C. Penney. Could have been a Ross.
Ross, man. Good
And
store.
the younger brother bumped into the store rack, and some items fell off of the rack. And the older brother said, "What are you doing?" And I got so annoyed at the older brother, because obviously the younger brother didn't bump into the rack and knock a bunch of shit on the floor on purpose. You should say, "Oh, are you all right? Can I help you pick that stuff up?" That's the correct response. You shouldn't let your ego take control and be embarrassed for what your little brother did and say, "What are you doing?" That's just your ego speaking.
What are you doing? I like
he had that voice.
The baritone of it really sells it.
Yeah, he was 14.
I'm curious, why is, when I break this box, what's this red boy underneath, and why is it there? And why is it, like, you can't attack it? Is this to show you that there's a remnant of a box? Here once laid a box?
Did that hurt you?
It did. So those explode,
damage.
yeah.
It's interesting that the UI follows you like this, though. It's not bad yet.
It's health.
Oh, there you go. Oh, the blood is health.
Robot
Red
blood.
is health. So the elephant in the room is that this game looks somewhat like Hyper Light Drifter. There are some similarities in visual style and gameplay style to Hyper Light Drifter.
Right. And that's okay.
Which we did play on the channel.
And that
you
was
can check
fun.
that out.
You know, I wish we had
several
waited.
years ago.
Because that game... Do you remember the story about the FPS thing?
Yeah, it was 30 FPS for a long time, and then it got upgraded to 60 FPS.
It was made in GameMaker, where 30 FPS is the default frames per second.
Yeah, not anymore, though.
Right. So they had to... they had to recalculate every calculation of the game to account for 60 frames per second. And that was long after we played it. Watch it. Take it slow.
So this was made in Godot, though, not GameMaker.
Yeah.
Hyper Light Drifter, GameMaker. Godot. Now, Godot, it's open source.
Oh, really? Who told you that?
I'm trying to sound smart here, but Ed told me all these facts about Godot before we started recording, such as it's open source.
And free.
The next big thing. And free. Well,
I don't know if it's the next big thing.
Open source just entails free, right?
Right. But I do think it has potential. The community's a lot smaller.
Well, this is pretty impressive so far.
Yeah. It's got a really weird resource system that I've never seen anywhere else, but, I only have two other game engines under my belt.
Construct 2 and
but
GameMaker.
It's got like this really weird scene and node system where every part of your game is made up of a scene, and every scene has a bunch of nodes that interact with each other. Like, I can't even explain how it works because I don't understand how it works. But it is really interesting, and I'm sure once you grasp onto it, it's sort of it's probably more efficient, because GameMaker absolutely has a lot of shortcomings.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure every engine, though. I bet even Godot has some really annoying stuff about it. Especially because it's newer.
Yeah.
And on top of that, well, that's about it. It just hasn't been around as long. So There's less development has been done on it. But the fact that it's open source allows anyone to work on it. But they pretty much have to work for free.
I think pound for pound, Godot is better than GameMaker. But that's assuming that they have both been on the market for the same amount of time and both have the same amount of support, which is not true at all. So, just purely in terms of features, Godot has like built-in 3D, so it's basically a combo of Unity and GameMaker, and it's also free. But it definitely does not have the support yet that it needs to really thrive. So if you're looking for an engine, I would stick with GameMaker for now, or Unity if that's your thing. But it is exciting.
Yeah, those seem to be the most common. I think Unity seems to be the...
Unity is absolutely
seems to be
the most common.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because Joe and I always used to think that 3D games were infinitely harder to make. Like, I'm pretty sure we talked about this. Like, it was mind-blowing how you could make a 3D game. It seemed like it's so futuristic, and you have to be such an expert. But no, anybody can do it pretty much, especially if you just buy assets,
It seems easier to mix... To find something that's going to be in a style of your game if you have a more generic style to your game. But with 2D assets, there seems to be less to choose from, and on top of that, it's a lot harder to match styles. Like, you're not going to be able to... This game, there's no way you could make this game using store-bought assets. There's just... It would be impossible.
Yes, I feel you. You're close. You seem calmer. Can I just say, this introduction has gone on for about twice as long as it needed to. All we've done so far is break the same things over and over and walk around. Break more things that explode on you. Like, I still don't... I want to understand the game. I don't just want to smash boxes for a living anymore. You know what I mean? How long have we been doing this? 10 minutes almost?
We are 10 minutes and 29 seconds.
Oh, alright. So maybe not 10 minutes. So, because, we had 2 minutes of soccer, right?
That's true.
That's
yeah,
fine.
and us not being able to figure out that you can just leave the soccer game.
Yeah, that is true. But, I mean, the tutorial was paced in such a way that you learned the one thing and then you just did the same thing for 6 minutes.
He's charging at you.
I mean, the...
Wow, he cuts in half.
Oh, no.
That kind of reminds me of... I think his name he was called Katsuro in... Akane. We played that game Akane.
Yeah.
I can't believe I forgot the name of that, because I spent like a week playing that game.
Alibi. This is Alibi. An exceptional access specialist, outlearning and outperforming the leading AI in encryption and hacking. She's the tip of the Infinite Empire's spear. And you're going to carry that spear into the heart of enemy territory. Who's talking to whom here? She will dismantle the terrorist networks from within. Assist her precisely.
It's an interesting descriptor for an assistance sentence.
You found me. Thank you. Don't mention it. Okay. This place feels confusing. Are you confused? I really am. I really am. Looks like we need more data. Should we keep exploring? Commander Data? What's she gonna do for us? Is she gonna do something cool? Do something cool for us. I guess we just leave now. Alright. You see health and a yellow thing. Maybe that's money?
Yeah, you could use the health. Yeah, those things you just couldn't pick them up before because you had full health.
Right.
It's going to explode. It's going to take your health away. There are things... So far, there are boxes that you break that health falls out of, and boxes that you break that make you lose health.
So it's like kind of breaking even, right?
Yeah.
Joe, have we ever considered...
Are we going the right way?
I don't know.
I thought there was an exit to the left up there. Or am I just crazy?
Well, if I had any idea what the map was trying to tell me, I would be able to tell you. But
Go back in that door real quick.
All right.
Just go back in that door.
But let's ruminate for a second, shall we?
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Ruminate.
Ruminate on what the contents of this map are trying to signify to you. So up here is where we got Alibi. That circle up there.
Yeah, that's a building.
That's a building.
Yeah.
I believe the blue squares are meant to be like area transitions, maybe, because there's one right there at the top of the building where we just came out of.
That's true, yeah.
But what's that strange multi-squared symbol just below the building? It's a bunch of squares.
You're gonna have to figure that one out.
Is it? Well, I see a bunch of squares here. I bet this is this is probably a warp point at some point.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Yeah, it might be. Doesn't really look like a warp point, though.
No.
It's glowing runes on the ground, but it looks similar to the other runes on the ground that are not glowing.
I gotta tell you, I am mighty confused.
The only difference is that they're glowing. No, I don't think this was it. I'm sure I was wrong.
Maybe you're supposed
There's
to use
something
the
glowing
computer.
there, though. There's a microscope there.
Where's that?
Microcosm.
Where?
To the right.
To the right?
Well, that's not a microscope, Ed.
Here?
Yeah, I just saw something glowing there, but I think it was actually one of the circles in the foreground. No, it was nothing.
Oh,
it was
I see.
nothing.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
those circles are just kind of randomly appear, those pollen-like neon circles.
So we got a
hovering
robot.
in the air, which actually look really cool.
Yeah. I really like when stuff shows up in the like here. You can see how things are bokehing into the foreground. You know.
Yeah, it gives some depth to it.
It's quite nice.
Yeah, it's something I don't think about enough.
That's the kind of stuff I want to think about for our game.
Yeah, it adds atmosphere to it, and it's got these translucent clouds in front.
Yeah.
Translucent, transparent.
Well, translucent is fully see-throughable. Transparent, or no, I had it backwards. Translucent is only partially
Yeah,
see-throughable.
translucent then.
Looks like remembering is painful for you. I can't help with the pain, but I might help make sense of everything. Finding sources. Building paths. Symbols project from dimensional displays and lines, blocks, and shapes of multi... Hey? Alright. Alright. This sentence is confusing to me. This really is...
Multicolored code.
This is like a cross between Hyperlight Drifter and Axiom Verge, graphically. Looks like it worked. I just constructed a bridge out of my own farts.
I'd say it's more or less more like Hyperlight Drifter.
I guess, but it's got like the code glitchy aspect.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, that's right. We never did release the episode of Axiom Verge. That
we didn't?
recorded. I don't think so. No.
Oh my god.
We made a Wild Game Appears episode of Axiom Verge.
We did.
I'm pretty sure that we never released it though.
I think you're right.
That might never actually see the light of day. I don't know.
No. Why didn't we? I think we just decided it wasn't good.
That might have been it.
Right? I don't know. I can't remember.
I think I remember it being not a good... We didn't... it wasn't a great episode. But we usually do pretty much release everything.
Especially the bad ones. Not especially.
Speaking of bad ones...
Yeah?
You should check out our last episode on Sword Shot.
Oh my god! What about it was bad?
My stories at the end. Actually,
don't even.
No, actually, they were pretty fun.
They were pretty funny.
But also, that episode might go out after this one. But watch our episode about Sword Shot. Because you're going to hear a story about some birds.
And you're going to hear about the birds and the bees.
You are. And you're going to hear stories about those two subjects getting loose in a man's home. All over a man's home. Birds and bees. Loose.
And it's sexy.
In a man's home. There's nothing sexual nature about it. Don't lie about it. Don't try to entice them with your with your ruse.
That's the world we live in now. If you're not enticing people with sexual content, you're not going to make it. You're just not going to make it anymore.
Oh.
So, tune in next week where Joe and I will be hosting the show naked.
We're already doing that right now.
that is true. But we're going to be extra naked next week. Double naked, if you will.
Now, okay, naked aside, let's say we're clothed in this example.
Let's pretend that we are clothed.
Let's pretend that we are clothed for this example. Would you guys like to see us have a little, have me and Ed in the corners, maybe in the bottom left and bottom right corners, with a camera, and a green screen behind us, just like a Twitch channel where you can see us speaking about the games. Would you guys like to see that? Just let us know in the comments. Now, it's not going to happen, even if. You know what?
What?
It will happen.
Yeah.
If this video gets 600 likes. A number of likes that we've never achieved before on GameSoup. But if you at home or on your phone, anywhere you are that has internet access, if you want to campaign for us to get 600 likes on this video,
I'll do it. Yeah.
We will appear in the corner of the next video.
Forever. Oh, just the next video?
At least 5 videos.
All right.
We'll see how it works. We can't commit to forever, but let's commit to 5 videos. I think that's good for 600 likes.
That's fair.
We'll say 6. 100 likes for each video.
Yeah, 600 is fair. I was thinking of Twitch streaming at some point in my life. So, someday that won't be as big of a shock as it is now. And also, I feel like, are we missing something by not...
I don't think so, no.
I think we are.
I prefer to be... I like to be as anonymous as I can.
Well, I know. I understand
we use our real first names. I will say that.
Right.
But even in our game credits, we don't reveal our last names.
Yeah. And there's not any... I mean, to me, there was never any particular reason that we did not
do it.
I just didn't do it because it wasn't important. What's important is the game.
I'd rather have... I'd rather be detached.
Oh my god, look, it spells Ed.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, our who we are has nothing to do with the games that we put out,
or the content that we're creating on here.
So it always just seemed extraneous to me.
It's a separate entity. To me, GameSoup Joe is a different guy than Joe.
Yeah, of course.
In real life.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people will agree with that, especially Twitch streamers, because they're on when you're streaming to 1,000 people, or even 50 people, or even 10 people.
Yeah.
You're on. You're
of course.
Yeah. Well, I don't feel like I'm in danger, but I do feel like I need to do a little of what do they call that?
Pouring yourself another drink?
Urinary extraction, I believe.
I would call it pouring yourself another drink.
Would you like some more?
Should I tell them what you did with our wine this week?
Oh, I drank it all. Yeah. Look, it's quarantine, man.
We hardly drink
Yeah.
on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Like, we drink once in a while when we're together. Recording Game Soup a lot of the time. And Ed told me today, he said, oh, I was coming over to record, and he said, oh, we're out of wine. And I was like, how are we out of wine? You just got a new box. Because we're high class here. We drink wine out of the box.
Of course.
And we had just started it last time. I was like, how did you drink 3/4 of a box of wine in 6 days? I saw you less than a week ago. He said,
I don't remember what I said. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's nothing to do here.
Is that what I said?
Something like that. Why are we? I don't know if this is really that interesting, or this might be too personal for you.
No.
And I said,
personal.
"Are you all right, man?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I said, friends, they should ask each other if they're. This is just a question a friend would ask.
Right. That's fair.
Suddenly, Ed's drinking a lot, and that's a lot for us. I mean, yeah, 3/4 of a box of wine. That's actually only like 2 drinks a day. That's not crazy. That's not that crazy.
Yeah.
But for us, that's kind of a lot.
But how am I supposed to access these terrorist networks if you don't access your memories? I think we missed something in this story. I don't remember reading about terrorist networks earlier. Yeah, it was just because, there were a bunch of nights where I was just feeling lazy, didn't want to do anything, and a glass of wine really helps settle you in, especially when you're watching Twitch. You got your best boy on Twitch.
Who's that? The Happy Hob?
Yeah, he's pretty great. He's pretty great. And Lobos Jr. did some marathon streams this past week, so there were some marathon stream watching sessions. Did we just pick up a gun? Deployed by the people's power to protect the people.
Useful for riot control.
Deployed by the people's power to protect the people.
Useful for riot control. Usually riots are caused by the people.
Choose item with Y, aim with RT, and fire with X. Here we go. I think we're...
I mean, generally a riot that's done by,
I'm not holding the controller right now.
Yeah, it just keeps running.
I don't think it's the dead zone. It certainly is not the dead zone of the controller. We're just running. That was weird.
No, it just got stuck. Maybe it's probably something with the cutscene, some kind of little bug there, but...
No, it's that.
Oh!
If you run and then open the menu and then let go of the menu...
I see. So
yeah.
That's definitely a bug that's probably pretty easy to fix. Yeah, it just keeps you in the run animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's happening. It's just keeping you in the run animation, even if you go into the menu.
It didn't say use the right trigger? No, I guess the left trigger. How do I shoot? How do I shot web? Wait, when... Oh, it replenishes over time. That's cool. So you don't have to worry about conserving ammo necessarily. Alright, we're getting somewhere.
So when the people are breaking things and killing, that's what we call a riot.
Right.
When the government is doing such a thing, we call that a military action. There's a big difference between the two.
Oh, baby, we're getting political tonight. I mean, we're 23 minutes in, right? If you've been watching to this point in this episode, you probably don't mind.
What are your political views, Ed? Just in general,
Just in general?
Yeah.
If you reverse the T and the L in the word politics, you get the word potty licks, which accurately describes what I feel about politics.
That's fair.
I'm stuck in a doorway. But yeah, a lot of the people that I talk to on Twitch on a regular basis are streaming, right?
Yeah.
A lot of them stream now. So I'm already late to the party. A lot of them will stream for like 5 to 10 people at a time, and that's already pretty low.
I wouldn't say that's low. If you have 5 to 10 people's attention,
yeah, okay,
focused on you, that's...
No, you're right.
Even in the background.
Yeah.
That's not low.
No. Okay, so it's low for Twitch, right? It's low for Twitch because Twitch has like a partnering system where
you're used to seeing... You're used to...
Right.
Most people are watching streams where there are hundreds or thousands of people watching at a time. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. Just the fact that you can captivate 5 people's attention is it's amazing. It's truly incredible. I died.
That guy charged you.
My skull jumped out of my body. Where do we start? Right
I
here?
like these big big arts, big pieces of. That's what I was about to say, and I was going to stop myself, but I was like, no, I'll just let myself say the stupidest thing. I like those large pieces, those large illustrations that come up in the game. I like the style of them.
Yeah, they're like dialogue, portraits, kind of.
Yeah,
that's what they remind me of.
Yeah, something like that. I think the style of that is cool. The style of the pixel art, the in-game art is cool as well. But you can there's less detail in that. You can't tell as much the style of the artist that created them when you're looking at the pixel art from this far out, because you just can't put that much detail into it. You can tell a little bit, but
son of a bee,
not as much.
This is hard. This is a hard game. It's a hard game.
Oh, you're gonna blow up.
I'm so dead. So I keep wanting to dash out of the way, but there's no dash ability yet. Or I shouldn't say yet, because I don't even know if there is one.
I found a piece of artwork in a drawer.
Oh yeah, you told me, right? The one that you didn't remember?
And I suppose there comes a time in every artist's life where they find a piece of artwork they have absolutely no recollection of creating. Mm-hmm. And it was something that I probably spent a day working on. And I found it, I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then I was like, oh wait, I drew this. I must have. It looks like something I would draw. But I had no recollection of drawing it.
That's fair. I've written music that I have no memory of making at all.
So I guess that happens. It actually has happened before, but it was more profound this time because it was a more finished piece than things that I've found before that I didn't remember.
Who is that? Who is this?
He's got a hammer. It's
Is that Minecraft Steve? Is that his name, Steve?
Yeah, that is his name, Minecraft Steve.
Oh no. Okay. This is a solid object. But it's in perspective. It appears as if it's in the foreground.
Correct.
But it's actually a solid object.
Correct.
Tell me that I'm not wrong for thinking that's wrong.
Well, I'm gonna say it probably should have been maybe transparent.
Oh, he's back. Why is this
and just run throughable? Yeah. Yeah, that looks like you can run under that piece there. Yeah. That looks like it's in the perspective. It looks like you could run under this pipe.
There was a guy hiding back there. Oh, who's this? Is it Minecraft Steve?
That's Minecraft Steven. Minecraft Steve and Minecraft Steven. He's got a hammer and a shop vac on his back.
Oh my god, they pound you. They take you to Pound Town. Uh-oh. I always like that phrase, take you to Pound Town.
You did? You
do? I actually do, yeah. It's really silly. It's very silly, even in its most
But
explicit.
you know, it's has sexual connotations, right?
I don't think it's connotations that it has. That's why I think it's so very funny.
Now, I'm not one to recommend other YouTube channels until we're at the end of a video and you've finished watching every episode of Game Soup.
Right.
But Rudy, Alpha Investments, that is a great channel. Even if you're not into Magic the Gathering, or finance, or trading, or investing, it's a great channel. I'm into all four of those things.
Yeah, isn't that weird? That channel was designed for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he's also somehow this guy with...
Oh, son of a bitch bastard.
This guy that has really messed up hair and just says words like everyone and floppy taco and giggity over and over again. Somehow I am obsessed with watching this guy's videos. All he does is open packs of Magic the Gathering cards while talking about Magic the Gathering finance and other such financial issues and investing. And I find him to be completely enthralling.
Can I just say, if you say giggity in the year 2020...
Yeah, I know. It's the most cringe thing you can imagine, but for whatever reason, Rudy at Alpha Investments, I find him to be incredibly endearing and charming, and he can say giggity as many times as he wants. Now, I would never say it. Not even ironically, actually.
No.
And I would never say it on Game Soup except, to quote Rudy from Alpha Investments.
Right. Yeah, nor would I.
But for whatever reason, I give this guy a complete pass.
Giggity was okay for exactly 3 years when Family Guy first
Really?
premiered.
3 years? I was going to say 3 days.
Okay, so the reason I say 3 years is because Family Guy was good for 3 years. Remember?
That's true, and it was also pre-internet when things didn't run out of... when terms didn't run out of steam in days to a week or so.
Do you remember
that?
But
memes become old quite quickly now.
Yeah. Do you remember I actually remember this very fondly. There was the night that Family Guy premiered on network television on Fox.
Yeah.
It was after the Super Bowl.
That's true.
I don't remember the exact year, but I do remember staying up till about 12:30. Something like that, to watch Family Guy. This was back before...
And the Kool-Aid Man busted through the wall.
Was
and
that the first episode?
We were blown away.
Oh my god. Do you remember? Joe, I used to go over to Joe's house, and we used to just watch Family Guy. Non-stop.
That was a lot of people. That was a lot of guys.
Yeah. And it was so great, those first couple of seasons. And then they were canceled.
Then it came back and it was okay. It was pretty good for a little bit, if I remember right. And then it kind of wore itself out. Like most of these shows do. Has Rick and Morty worn itself out? Probably.
So,
I don't know. I haven't been watching it.
Here's the thing. I have not watched Rick and Morty, but I recently rewatched Community. Community is absolutely one of the best sitcoms of all time. And it's by the same guy, right? Dan Harmon. So I feel like I owe it to Dan Harmon to watch Rick and Morty and try to be as unbiased as I can, because, let's be honest, name 3 things... Actually, no. What do Undertale, Rick and Morty, and My Little Pony have in common?
I don't know.
They were all ruined by their fan bases. Right? I mean, the reason I do not want to watch Rick and Morty is because I hear about it all the time from people quoting it.
Can I admit something?
You like Rick and Morty. You told me to watch it.
I actually did like the first... I watched the first 2 seasons, and I actually absolutely loved it, but I actually haven't watched it since. I'll be honest with you.
I can see you upgraded the other arm, too. In fact, there's not a lot much organic... There's not a lot...
Much?
There's not a lot much?
Yeah, probably they wanted to pick one of those, a lot or much, but they just left both in. In fact, there's not a lot much organic material left at all. You're all bottle and no ketchup.
Well, this guy's got his priorities. He knows about ketchup, though. But hey, I got new Oggs as well. Let me show you some sweet revenge.
Oggs. Now that's cool.
Wait, who's this?
I think he's talking about like augments, but he just decided to say it
he
in
said
a slick way.
That is a pretty slick way.
I like it.
Wait, how come I can't shoot no more? Wait, I thought...
Excuse me.
I
just choked. Oh, man.
Get out of here. Oh, no. Wait, oh!
I can't shoot no more.
So I just realized... Wait, what is happening? I thought... Stop laughing at me!
Everything you're saying is fucking funny.
For once.
Yeah, that's true. Usually Ed doesn't say anything funny, but for once, he's just nothing but zingers tonight.
You're talking about 2 guys, one of them who has never made himself laugh, except one time in 10th grade biology when he said something. And then there's Joe, who can make himself laugh just by thinking about it.
I mean, is that egotistical, or is that...
No, it means you got a great sense of humor, and you surprise yourself. It means your brain goes in unexpected directions.
I suppose. I do make myself laugh several times a day, probably at least a dozen times a day. I think of something that's really funny and just tickles me to the point of laughter.
It must be truly incredible to have that kind of life. You must be like Phoebe from Friends. She's so carefree.
I've never been more insulted in my life.
No, but I think that's the kind of brain that you have.
Never compare me to that woman again.
Are you kidding? Again? Well, at least I got the girl in the end. What girl? What are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, these robots aren't girls. These are robots, sir.
Ooh. All right. I still don't know what's happening.
I don't either. I'm enjoying the visuals.
Yeah,
I gotta say.
Well, I would say that these portrait views are
a little hard to see.
Yeah, I was gonna go with a little noticeably less polished. I think they look like pixel art. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't look like they used pixel art to create an image. They look like they are an image.
Can we see the mouse here? Can I point something? No, we can't see the mouse. But if you'll notice in the top left, our left corner of his helmet, you can notice that the pixel, there's a...
Like dithering there?
An upside down L shape at the very top left that... they should probably delete the pixel that's in the top left of that.
That's what you're talking about?
I'm saying, but throughout the whole thing, it looks like it was drawn like in paint or something, right?
Yeah.
With pixels, but it's not smoothed out. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that might be
like when you make pixel art, you don't want to have those solid lines. You want to have the diagonals. It's hard to put into words. You want to have those diagonals. The edges, or not the edges, the corners of the pixels up against each other on a diagonal rather than having it create L shapes. If that makes any sense. Hopefully that's enough of a description. Does that make sense?
I understand what you mean. Yeah. This is the person who is speaking right now is named Screen Tearing. Look, dude. We are cutting up a carpet right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at him. He is jamming. Look at what he's doing.
You ever heard that song, Jammin'?
Yeah.
It's a Bob Marley song.
I know. It was on The Simpsons.
Another thing, Bob Marley had a lot of kids, and they all made reggae music.
Really?
Yeah,
I actually did not know that.
If you go on to if you go on to any of these recommendation lists on Spotify or YouTube, and you go to a Bob Marley recommended playlist, you're gonna just hear Marley and his kids.
All right, that's cool. I mean, did they invent the genre? I feel like they might have.
I don't know, but yeah, obviously, he is the most famous.
Check this out. Look how... Oh, it runs out so fast. You sure can run.
It looks really cool.
Yeah.
It looks like a control... Yeah, it looks really similar to the dash in Akane. There's one of the shoes that you can equip in Akane that gives you a long dash. A lot of the times in games you have a dash that's... Well, most games, the dash just goes a certain distance and then you stop.
Yeah, it's finite.
It's mostly for dodging, but in this it seems like it's more like that upgrade that you can get in Akane that lets you dash for a long time. And I actually used that a lot in that game.
That's actually a really cool idea. Like a dash that has, meter. So you don't have to use it. It's not like a static amount of time or a number of frames that it goes for. But you get to choose. I mean, it does open up some more design space, I guess, but... Oh, whoops. With enough, I'll be able to recognize patterns in the Cradle network. We can stop these attacks before they get worse. Down the rabbit hole we go. This is probably gonna hurt, but I think we'll be alright. Yeah? I am not a Nazi. However, I am a grammar Nazi. Do not take that out of context. Do not clip the audio selectively on what I just said. Alright, A-L-R-I-G-H-T, not a word. It's 2 words. A-L-L space R-I-G-H-T.
Are you serious?
Yep. Alright, not a goddamn word. I mean, it's been used so frequently that it has entered the lexicon, right, of English that many dictionaries would consider it a word, because a dictionary is not a rule set of words, but more an archiving of the words that were used at that point in time. Stop making that silly face. You're making a ridiculous face. That's also something I learned recently. Dictionary, not a rule set, more of like a historical archive, right? So a lot of people will use all right in that way. I don't like this room. I'm out.
I thought it was a word.
I'm out.
All this time. And I consider myself a good speller.
It's not actually a word. You are a good speller. Who's this? Is he going to hit me?
I used to get 100 on every spelling test. I didn't study either. When I was in first grade through my entire schooling career.
Oh, he's doing evade. He's doing steer evade behavior. Which is a very common behavior in games where you want something to run away from you.
No, I failed math tests.
The game just crashed.
No,
oh, thank God.
It just froze for a second.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, if I see a word once, I just remember how to spell it.
That's good. You're a visual learner. I think we both are. I do think we both are.
Yeah, it seems to be chopping. We seem to be dropping frames here, as they say.
So am I supposed to kill these guys?
They're killable, so you might as well do it.
Is it lightning outside?
I don't think so. I think it's a motorcycle. No, it's lightning. Yep, that's lightning.
Okay. Know any good hashtag tagging apps? Open new tab. Open new tab.
Yeah, the power is out in most of our area today. For whatever reason, Ed's house has power. My house does not. So I'm over here, which we were going to record Game Soup anyway today. It was a little bit up in the air, but the power went out, and I was like, hey, Ed, can I just come over? We just do the Game Soup today. I got nothing going on here because I ain't got power. Let's just play some games, you know?
This is my life, actually. I am you, witness Jeff. Hello, social anxiety detector. I'm just a witness.
It knows us.
Serotonin injection. Oh, that's scary. The preserver is downstairs. He's in charge. Maintain eye contact.
What is serotonin? Do you know?
Serotonin is the chemical in your brain. Well, do I know what it is? Because dopamine is the quote-unquote feel-good neurotransmitter.
Sure.
Serotonin... Well, okay, but like antidepressants are basically serotonin releasers, so they also make you feel good in a way. That's what you take when you are on antidepressants or anti-anxieties. So I guess that's more of an anxiolytic effect than it does a feel-good effect, right? So not so much euphoria, more about
You know what really works well for relieving anxiety?
alcohol.
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
It works really well. I
Yeah.
have to say.
It does. But at what price? My worn I/O board recognizes the path as pattern. Faceless keys, pads and dials, dip, bend, and arc under the press, stroke and stab of their fondest friends. You lost me at stroke.
My fingers.
My fingers. All right. So I still don't know what's happening in this game. I thought this game was going to be a little more opaque than Hyper Light Drifter. But so far, it's really subverting my expectations.
The archive is a fucking mess.
Oh my
Is that the
God.
first swear of the game?
Yeah.
Look behind some corners you might stumble over some interesting stories.
All right. I don't know. You didn't have to use that kind of potty mouth with me, sir. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
And look at those sheets of paper just floating around. I've been cleaning up my house.
Oh yeah, Joe's going to move into a mansion soon.
Shh.
Mansion. Yeah, right.
I did look at a mansion online.
Dude, there was a mansion.
It was $4.5 million, and I think it was owned by a basketball player.
I was so up for that because you know why? Because it,
Oh, you were up for that $4.5 million mansion? Were you going to pay for it too?
let me tell you what that mansion had: built-in movie theater,
Basketball court.
built-in basketball court.
Yeah.
What else? There were some other insane things. It was like 7,000 acres of garden and backyard.
It wasn't that many acres.
No, it wasn't that many, but it was a ton.
It was probably double digits of acres, though.
Oh! 9-car garage. That was the thing that
Did it
really
have
sold
that?
me. It had a literal 9-car garage.
But here was one thing that really got me about it.
Yeah?
There were many fireplaces in the home. It was a 30,000-foot home. Many fireplaces. Each one of them adorned with a television set. There was no other place to put the television set other than over the fireplace. Nothing drives me more nuts than a television over a fireplace.
Yeah, it's kind of strange, isn't it? Oh, that wasn't the cat.
That was the wind. I think it's just
Yeah.
the wind. The wind is getting through a tiny crack in the wall here or something. I don't know.
Normally, when the door creaks open like that, it's because the cat has somehow found us. Somehow.
You can't hear us just speaking loudly in the only room in the house where anyone is speaking loudly.
So here's my problem with the map. It's not telling me anything useful. I guess we want to go to the upper left where that square is. Slightly to the left and up. Because our main goal is that expanding diamond there, or rhombus, if you will.
So let me give you some advice. For
Yeah.
anyone, there might be somebody rich listening to this.
Right.
If you are rich, you don't want to burden yourself with stuff. You don't want to buy cars. You don't want to buy a mansion. You don't want to buy things that tie you down. You want to buy it on things that are fleeting. If you're going to just burn money, you want to rent expensive hotel rooms.
Mhm.
You want to fly first class. You want to buy, you want to buy the box seats. If you go to any kind of a sporting event, for example, you want to blow it on experiences. You do not want to burden yourself with a mansion because when everything burns, you want to be in a position to either sustain or thrive in such conditions.
Oh my god.
And that's the lesson of the day. It's only going to apply to maybe no one that's listening right now, but maybe in the future you will become a rich man.
What experience do you have to be talking about a rich man, though, of all things?
Well, I'm just saying something that a wise man once told me.
Oh. Preserver, we are actually here finally.
Order, chaos.
When we set healthy limits on the overwhelming flow of information, humanity survives. That could apply to real world, the real world. Of course, with limits, there's resistance. Resistance is healthy. Boundaries need testing. Left shelf, please. Shows us where to focus. Head west. Stop the resistance groups from spoiling our work. They're armed. Hold transaction. Continue. Oh my god. Let's get all the way over there?
This is a Metroidvania.
I don't know what it is yet, man. It's a lot of things.
I mean, Hyper Light Drifter. That's kind of technically a Metroidvania. It's open world and gated by abilities, is that correct?
But it's not really gated by abilities.
Is it not?
I don't think it is. I think you just, right when you start in the middle, you can choose any one of the 4 directions to
That's
go
kind
to.
of true.
I think you can complete them in any order.
You might be right about that. That's kind of the way that we're aiming for something between the traditional Metroidvania, where you need... It's more linear, where you need to get abilities, but you have a feeling of having an open world.
Yeah, I mean, we
and
absolutely
a
need
game that is completely open world.
Yeah.
Where you can access any area. I mean, essentially a Metroidvania game where you can pretty much go anywhere from the beginning and do any of the levels, so-called, in order. Defeat any of the bosses in any order that you want.
That's Hyper Light Drifter.
It's also Mega Man. Think about it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, Mega Man, you access the level through a much more blunt way. You just select the guy and you go into his level. Whereas in a Metroidvania, it's a little bit more, what's the word? Diegetic?
That's true. That is actually
you access it through the game itself. Yeah.
Right.
Rather than through a menu.
Yeah.
Calm the fuck down, calm the fuck down.
Yeah, you sound real calm, buddy. I want to tell you about the cat that I have. So, the door to this room, right? It's got a big gap at the bottom. So a couple of years ago, I put one of those pool noodles on the bottom, like cut a slit in the top. Prevents cold air from leaving the room in the summer. And also prevents hot air from leaving the room because, well, more so cold air. But this cat has decided the outside, on the outer door of this door, that the pool noodle should be scratched to hell.
Yeah. That sounds like something that a cat would decide
There are
to do.
many days when I'm sitting here with this door closed and you hear it. You open that door and there he is. He's just looking at you.
Speaking of cats, let's give him one of these.
All right, we're going to give him a treat. This is a treat known as chocolate and grapes.
Come here, Henry. He's gone.
Actually gone. Actually gone.
Henry has gone.
Yeah. Oh, that's all right.
But he won't be forgotten. He'll get this later.
He loves those, by the way. He doesn't understand what real food is. It's weird. I fed him chicken. I've tried to feed him other things, like literal rotisserie chicken. He doesn't want it. He wants dry food.
Yeah.
Dry cat food. Can you imagine? What? Oh my god!
Okay.
This is gonna one-shot us.
This is getting interesting.
Oh, we just walk right through.
Yeah, I would just continue running. I would not try to battle this thing.
We can kill this
okay.
thing. Easy.
You gonna try to do a kill here?
Easy.
It is a cat.
I don't think
it's a desert cat. A desert burrowing cat.
It is. I don't think we're even hurting him, honestly.
It doesn't appear to be hurting him. He's not blinking white. That's usually the universal symbol that you're hurting an enemy in a game, and he's not doing that. And on top of that, he's very large, and on top of that, he doesn't seem to be reacting at all to your advances here, Ed.
I don't want to start back here. Yo! There's probably a save point there that I did not touch. Maybe don't just show me the giant cat before you show me the save point. What I can't take responsibility for that. That was everyone else's fault but mine.
So yeah, dopamine these days, it's cheap as hell.
Mm-hmm.
You can get it so easily on such a thing as social medias and playing video games. It's really one of the largest downfalls of modern civilization. It just hasn't been realized yet.
You think?
I believe that, yeah. And gosh darn it, there are so many Metroidvanias. I saw a video on YouTube. I'll just say who put out the video. But don't go watch his videos before you finish watching the end of this video. It was Clemmy Games. It was called 20 More Upcoming Metroidvania Games. Because he recently put up a video called 25 Upcoming Metroidvania Games. So between the two, there are 45 upcoming Metroidvania games that he deemed worthy of coverage on his channel.
We're screwed. We are screwed.
Did they look good? A lot of them did look quite entertaining. And quite high quality.
We are in the company of geniuses. And very skilled devs, right?
Many of them, I would say.
That's not fair, because I want game dev to be hard, but I also want to be the only one that's good at it.
Yeah.
Why can't I just have it both ways?
Yeah, that would be the ideal, wouldn't it? But you want to play good games.
I do want to play good games.
You want them to be good too.
But I want them to make Metroidvanias that are not in competition with us. Is that even it's not even possible. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. It's not even a thing.
Pretty much all kind of media is in competition with all other media at this point.
That's true. Oh, this is where we saw the desert cat. Hello,
yeah.
Desert cat. Hello.
This time I would run.
Yeah, I'm actually not gonna go there, because I guarantee you there's a safe
I would
point.
I would go somewhere else or just run past the desert cat.
That's not a safe point. That's a hand. Oh, it's Desert Cat again. Oh, he's back, baby.
Just run past him. He doesn't do that much damage.
Really
you could take one hit from him.
Yeah.
You'd be fine.
Besides, they can just dash around.
Yeah, just dash around.
He might not even be able to catch us.
Nah, he can't catch anything. He's got to dig through sand. You can actually run on sand.
Oh no, it's a dead end.
It's really surprising. You ever tried to run on sand?
It's very difficult. Now, where's this save point that I was promised? That I made up. I just assumed there would be one here. And that's why I promised myself that there would be one. Oh, he back, baby. He back. Oh my god, he back. What's this? Nothing. Nothing.
That one has a face.
It does, yeah. Isn't that weird? So, this room looks as if it has a secret back entrance. Right?
Yeah.
And in Hyper Light Drifter, there were several moments where the key to finding that back entrance was literally to walk around the back side of the building.
Oh, let's see if that works. Nope.
Surprise. I actually thought that was going to work for a second. So if I die here, I got to go back, all the way back to the beginning of time.
So don't do that. There's an exit down in the bottom left, though. You might as well head for that.
We just got to trick this cat to go the other way. Look the other way. Oh, lordy, he coming.
Yeah, yep. We got to do a trick, like they pulled a trick on me in middle school.
Oh, yeah?
I was sent to the school shooter prevention center when I was in middle school.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I call it. But it was just a weird room with this weird lady, and myself and other troubled adolescents would gather, and we would read excerpts from psychology books or something. I don't know. She would give us these printouts, and we would read them, and then we would discuss problems that we had with people around us. And I didn't understand why I was sent to this area, but I suppose I was identified as a potential school shooter by one of my teachers. I don't know which one. I believe it was probably Mrs.
Bartlett.
It was probably Mrs. Miller.
Oh.
I would say she was the second worst teacher I've ever had.
Oh. Sorry, it wasn't
so that's
Bartlett.
why I want to blame her.
Barlow.
It could have been Barlow. Yeah, you remember Mr. Barlow?
And his soda. Yeah. What was the joke? Barlow soda. That was the joke.
He was another English teacher I had.
Right. Oh, he
was a bad English teacher, but I liked him because I didn't have to do any work. That was pretty much my goal. And as I traversed through public school in the United States, I over time realized doing the least amount of work was the best possible option for a man such as myself. I don't regret anything except that I didn't drop out, but I did take many study halls. But anyway, the School Shooter Prevention Center, I used to hang out with some troubled boys there, and we would work out our issues, but...
Were any of them school shooters?
No, not at all.
No.
There was one time, actually, this other other troubled youth. He wasn't really that troubled, but he played Magic the Gathering. We both got called to the school shooter prevention center on the same day. And the teacher allowed us to play a game of Magic the Gathering. She didn't seem to care that we wanted to play Magic, and we both had our decks in our pockets, so we just played Magic the Gathering. And then, after that, we played another game of Magic the Gathering. And after that, we played another game of Magic the Gathering, and the teacher said, maybe we should work on some of our projects here, some of our readings. And we were like, well, just one more game. So we just played Magic the Gathering, and the bell rang, and we went to lunch.
Tell me, though, what did you do to have to get landed in the school shooters class?
I have no idea. Obviously, they didn't call it that.
Did you give him a funny look?
No, I didn't actually really understand what was going on or why I was going to this room. But I guess I appeared to be such a boy.
Our path is blocked by this doll with poisonous hair.
Well, it is yellow. That is a marker of poison.
Or is it like fire? I don't know what that is.
Do they still have that? Do they still have
poison? Yeah, they do.
Have you been pulled out of your class in school to go to a weird room where some weird counselor makes you read from printouts?
I didn't know they had that before, so...
I knew about it because I had to go to it.
I can work with this.
It got me out of class. I guess that's some kind of benefit.
That was your goal, right? So, mission accomplished. Save point. That sound effect is, we used that sound effect in Game Soup.
We did?
Yep. That is one, I believe... It was in a pack of GDC free sound effects. Are you looking for that cat treat?
No. Go ahead.
Oh. I'm pretty sure it was in one of those packs because I have those packs on my hard drive still. And we have
a lot of those. Yeah, we have a lot of good sound effects.
Do you remember in the hacking game in Game Soup when you successfully hack and he goes wah wah?
Yeah,
that was the sound effect that just played. Huh. Yeah. Not to like rat them out because that's really petty because we used a lot of free sound effects.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh no! Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's
a lot of the good sound effects have been recorded already. We have this Kung Fu sound effect pack that we paid I think $3 for. Wonderful sound effects in this thing. The punching, we used it for the Kung Fu game.
Some good punches in there, baby.
I imagine we're gonna be using those for decades to come.
We better. Yeah, I was watching Avatar: The Last Airbender recently.
Sure.
A lot of stock sound effects in that. The same sound effects that I've seen in places such as Power Rangers, right? A lot of the dinos in that game make same sound effect.
I really have no problem with stock sound effects.
I mean, it absolutely takes me out of the action.
If you've heard it before, most people haven't heard it before. Really? Keep in mind, a lot of people are 14. No. They haven't heard all these sound effects yet.
A lot of people are 14. Is that your argument here? Most people are 14?
I didn't say most. Hey, I didn't say most. It's not true that most people are 14.
Right.
Most people are probably actually like about
our age.
34.
Yeah.
I would say. Not most, but the highest density age in the world, I would bet it's about 34.
So most people have heard these stock sound effects more than once.
It might be 4 though. There's a lot of kids. There's a lot of kids in the world too.
You think?
What's the most common age in the world? What age has the most representation in the world? I don't know.
Bhikshu Morse. Naga. Great Naga. Naga, please. Only me. Yeah, that's a good question, actually, Joe. I don't know the answer to that, but I do know when I hear stock sound effects in anything, unless they're used satirically, it comes off a little silly.
Maybe if they're really common stock sound effects, but the ones that we have, there's like 30,000 sound effects in these packs.
Yeah.
And some of them, like that Kung Fu sound effect pack, I don't think those are common sound effects.
No, I think those are made by that.
They were made by the guy that we bought them from. I don't remember his handle on Audio Jungle. I think that was where we bought them.
I think his name was Sexy Ninja 24.
Probably, yeah. But, I mean, they sound like classic Kung Fu 70s sound effects. And gosh, do I love that era of sound effects. And gosh, do I love Kung Fu movies. Have you ever seen Game of Death?
I've actually never seen a Kung Fu movie.
Oh.
Green! I wonder, if you are a puppet, and I am merely your reflection, whose fear are we facing? This is a boss fight. Whose fear would you bring into Cradle? Into Cradle! This is a boss fight, clearly. right?
Of course. Where'd he go?
I'm just moonwalking over here, baby. Don't even talk to me like that. Don't even talk to me like you cradle and I'm moonwalking. Oh, we can just walk through here. Save point. That same sound effect. You heard it.
Yeah.
Did you hear it that time?
I did. I
Yeah.
did. And yes, it is from GameSoup. I completely recognized it from GameSoup. Yeah. I like it.
Oh, it's a nice sound effect. Yeah.
I'm not going to fault them. I don't know. It doesn't really take me... I notice it, and I actually kind of like it. I kind of like when I hear a stock sound effect that I have heard before.
I don't think it does anything except highlight how unoriginal and how a world was artificially put together. You know, there's nothing that takes me out of a universe more than that. But it's just me.
Maybe my I don't have as much expectations for audio. That might be a bad thing because I consider audio to be too much of an afterthought. I think visually, I want the visuals to be unique and interesting in the game.
I can tell you, audio is much less of an afterthought than I used to think.
But audio is very important. I mean, it's incredibly important to the feel of a game. I'm not gonna deny that. But also, I just don't have the attachment to it that I do to visual.
Same. I'm the same way.
Your path has led you here, said Green.
Yeah. Yeah, I have an attachment to music that I do not have to just generic sound effects. But I'm sure there are people out there who consider sound effects their passion, you know.
But who was your guide? Once, on the path, I watched a young warrior bow to fear and ask, "How may I defeat you?" Fear replied, "My weapons are that I talk fast, get very close to your face, and you obey."
Joe, I will give you $100 cash right now if you can tell me anything that is happening in this game.
I'm not going to get that 100. Although, there is a shelf over here where Ed keeps his cash. This is not a joke. If you can find out where Ed lives...
Joe's literally holding $200 in cash right now.
You could pretty easily...
I mean, that's going to pay my rent for the next 3 months.
You could pretty easily gain, let's see, 200, or 100, 200,
yeah.
275, 280... $282.
Yeah.
If you were to find Ed's house and just look on his shelf.
I mean, if you need the $282 that badly enough to dox me and find out where I live and sneak in the middle of the night and steal my money, you probably need it more than I do.
So you're welcome to it. It's yours.
There you go. You can be convinced, you can believe, but you don't have to obey. This is a boss fight. Oh.
You know, Ed, I've looked at that money every time I've come over here to record GameSoup. And I've never once... thought of stealing it,
oh
and
my God.
I've also never once thought of counting it.
Neither have I.
And I did just count it, so they do know.
Wait, that's not all of it though.
They know how much cash you have.
That's it. That's only $282.
$282. Actually, no. There's actually 2 more 20s here. So
I thought there was so much more than
whatever
that.
282 plus 40 is.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, it's 322. Right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
You're right. Oh, we're kind of getting wrecked. This is a hard fight.
Get a Buster Sword.
Uh-oh. My skeleton was ejected from my body.
That's how I hope I die.
Well, we can also go... Can we... No, let's just go back to the fight again.
Do you want to die as a wizened old man?
Men!
Or do you want to leave a beautiful corpse like Mishima?
You can't skip cutscenes. Oh, you can! Who's Mishima?
He's a famous author. Yukio Mishima.
What did he write?
Sun and Steel.
What's that?
It's a book about beauty.
Have you read it?
Absolutely not. I don't read those things.
How do you know about it?
I don't know, man.
He killed us again.
That was a fast one. That was even faster than the first time.
It was. Now, there are a lot of games out there. When you choose to commit your time to a game, it's if you will, a dog-eat-dog world. Don't do that, because it's not the right thing to say. It's dog-eat-dog. Dog-eat-dog. Was it this way?
Are you talking from a game developer's perspective or a player's perspective? Okay, from a game developer's perspective.
Right. If your game does not grip me in the first 5 minutes, I tend not to play it.
The competition is incredible for human attention right now.
We are an hour into this game. I do not know what is happening.
A lot of people don't realize this, but the cost of human attention has surpassed the monetary cost of playing a game at this point. The time cost is higher.
Right. Absolutely.
Than the monetary cost of paying for a game. I mean, this happened long ago. I think before I even realized it happened, it happened.
I just want to kill this boy. I can't even hurt him.
Now, I will pay for a game if it's the game that I think I'm going to either enjoy the most or learn the most from.
What is
That's usually what I will spend my money on. Or if it's there are also free-to-play games, and if the free-to-play game is the game that I think I'll learn the most from or enjoy the most, I'll play that also.
You know what, dude? I'm out of here.
All right.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
I mean, we've been going for a long time.
I need more.
I kind of lost track of time.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying the visuals of the game.
This is a game
quite a bit.
Yeah. This is a great game to play if you have to kill a couple days, or you got some drugs on you. What's it called? Resolution with two eyes.
Yes.
With 2 eyes. Very important.
We'd like to thank the developers for providing us with a copy of this title, and we would like to thank you for watching. We like you. That's about all. Peace out. Nick.